everyone. This is Jean from Potentia. Welcome back. We are in week 9 of our stay-at-home orders here, and I am in week 2 of my meditation series that I am offering this month. So this is going to be broken out into doing just a little recap of some of the things I talked about last week. And what I'm going to introduce today is a concept called RAIN, which is a way to work with some difficult emotions and feelings while you're meditating, or if you notice them even when you're not meditating. And then third, I am going to add a meditation at the end of this video for you to kind of work with that concept a little bit. So first thing I'm going to do is share my screen with you here. And like I just said, we are going to go into expanding that. Why is it not working? Oh, here we go. Okay, so a quick recap from week 1. We had talked about establishing the place and the time for your meditation, finding an anchor. For most people, it's usually breath, and just keeping a very friendly attitude about this, and knowing that consistency is really more important than anything else. So if it's just 5 minutes you're giving it, and that's what you're being committed to, then that's awesome, and that's a really great way to start. But as you want to start unfolding into this a little bit more, just adding a little bit more time to that can be really helpful for you as you start to embark on this journey of mindfulness. And of course, just being comfortable and doing what you need to do. So in week 1 also, and what we were doing, if you've been practicing for the last week or so, is noticing the things that are coming up for you. So in the foundational aspects of meditation, we are working with developing awareness, not only of our breath and of an anchor, but really what's happening in our bodies, the sensations we may feel, the emotions that may come up, and the thoughts that may arise, which typically can happen when you're clearing the mind of all the clutter. So when I have that snow globe and I'm shaking it up and all the snow starts to relax and fall, that's pretty much what's happening when you're working on sitting quietly and clearing your mind. There's a lot of times we like to ignore background noise and things that are going on by keeping ourselves busy with work, with TV, with the radio, always having the music on, always having distractions. And when we finally get into a place where we're purposely eliminating all of those things, it is really common for things to come up that maybe you didn't want to come up, or that you weren't even aware that was there. So basically, your practice is a new unfolding awareness of your entire personal experience. So what we're going to talk about today is the concept of RAIN, and how that as a strategy can help you moving through some of these things. So RAIN was developed over 20 years ago by someone named Michelle McDonald. And where I'm taking my excerpts of RAIN from are from Tara Brach, who is a meditation teacher for me and I have followed for years. And it actually is a really nice acronym, and it's very short and very easy to work with when it comes to working with some of these things that might come up for you. So RAIN stands for recognize, allow, investigate, and non-identify. There is a new version of RAIN that works a little bit with the last piece, but I found that if you are new to meditation, I kind of like to work with the original model because I think it's a little bit more simple to work with. So I kind of blended the last one together. So in working with RAIN, and you're meditating or you're in a contemplative mode, you are starting to recognize what's happening. You're recognizing something coming up, whether it's a sensation in the body, it might be a burning in your chest, or it might be a thought that continually keeps coming up, which is really common anyway, but it could be something that's disturbing to you, or creates anxiety. So the first part of rain and the recognizing is just understanding that it's happening, allowing space in that moment for whatever it is that's coming up, recognizing that it's there, and paying attention to it, like, thinking about that. The A in rain is to allow it and life to be just what it is. Sometimes this is the difficult piece, and this is significant because when we don't allow something, we try to push it away, it really will continue to keep coming up, or we'll also follow a storyline with whatever it is that's happening. So we can just use, maybe there's a sensation of burning in your chest, there's a tightness. You recognize that, and then you just allow the space for it to be there. You just say, okay, this is what it is. Right now, I'm having this sensation in my chest. To move deeper into it, you might want to investigate it a little bit. Instead of pushing it away, you might just want to maybe breathe into that space or bring some gentle awareness to gently investigate, what's going on in my chest. You may not get a verbal answer or an answer, but you're allowing some open space and investigation, kindly and understanding for yourself in a very loving, nurturing way. And the N in rain would be the non-identification and also adding nurture into that. And the non-identification piece of the N is not going down a path with whatever the sensation or feeling or emotion is that's coming up. Kind of having a little bit of a separation between understanding that that is there and present with you and you're nurturing it, but not giving it any value or judgment in that moment, and just allowing it to be in that space. And the nurturing part of that is the loving kindness you might give to yourself in that. You can call to mind someone in your own life that has a very loving presence with you, and it could be symbolic of somebody. It could be Jesus, it could be Buddha, it could be a parent or a pet or a good friend. And you can almost imagine that that person is there with you saying, you're okay. You're okay with all of this right now, and I'm here for you. So those are the aspects of rain and dealing with a situation that may come up, and often does come up while you're meditating or being mindful in general. So I'm going to follow with a meditation, and hopefully this will help you kind of see it in real life, in real time, and work through it. Welcome to this meditation using rain. This is Jean McCutcheon from Potentia, and today we are going to be using the concept of rain in working with difficult emotions or sensations. So to get yourself started, find a comfortable position, whether seated or lying down, and just allow yourself to relax into that space. Feeling your feet on the floor, keeping your spine as comfortable and straight as possible, and allowing yourself to feel the experience of the chair that you're sitting in, your feet on the floor, your back against a cushion, and just being very aware of that space. Begin by taking a few deep breaths, really filling up your belly, bringing the breath all the way up through your heart center, your throat, into your third eye, and exhaling out through your nose. And again, another deep breath, inhaling in, all the way up, bringing that energy all the way through, and exhaling again. And just continue with that breath for a few more rounds, allowing your body to continue to settle in and to be grounded. As you continue to settle, start to bring awareness to the sounds in your immediate surroundings. Maybe there's sounds in the room or sounds outside the room. Just taking in the scope of the full experience of where you are. And allowing yourself with each breath to continue to settle your body and to bring your awareness to the forefront. So as you are relaxed and continued on with your breathing, bring a situation to mind that perhaps is troubling for you. It can be a situation with another person. It can be a thought around something with your job, relationship, or a feeling you even have about yourself. Something that comes to mind that is a challenge for you or troubling for you. And just bring that into your awareness. And in working with rain, the first aspect would be to recognize fully what that experience is. Just giving it some depth and putting the pieces of it together in your mind. The second aspect of rain in the A is for allowing the experience that you are having right now to be just what it is. Whether it's a discomfort in your body, whether it's a thought that's uncomfortable or challenging, just allowing that thought to be exactly as it is, without judgment or going down any further thought processes. The allowing part is the acceptance of whatever is present in your awareness right at this moment, whether in sensation, emotion, or thought. To continue further, the I in rain is to investigate this experience with kindness for yourself. In a way of almost imagining somebody holding your hand or just being with you, someone that you love or something. It can be a person, it can be a pet, it can be Jesus or Buddha, someone in your life that brings you comfort and understanding, if that part of it works for you. But to take the sensation or the emotion and investigate it with loving kindness. And just ask, what is this? What is this without necessarily an answer? Just investigating what the experience is for you in this moment. The N in rain is for non-identification and also for nurturing. So for the non-identification, what it's really allowing you to do is to not identify with the intensity of the emotion or the thought or the sensation in your body, is allowing it to be in its space without it taking hold on your life and your experience. And also, as a continuation with the investigating with kindness, is allowing for some nurture for whatever the experience is that's coming up for you, the thought or the emotion or the bodily sensation. And in that space of non-identification and nurture is a space of realizing freedom from the narrow identity of where you are with that thought or emotion. And the nurturing as a place to start awakening love and kindness to yourself. So bring your awareness back to your breath. Taking some deep inhales through your nose and out through your mouth. And bringing your awareness back into the space that you're in. And maybe moving your hands or your toes and just bringing awareness back to your body. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. So I hope this brief meditation was helpful for you in just getting an introduction to how the acronym and the concepts of RAIN can be used not only in a seated practice of practicing meditation, but also in your life as you encounter situations that are happening in real time. You know, it could take even just 60 seconds to just step back and asking yourself the question or recognizing what is happening, allowing whatever the experience is to just be as it is, to investigate with kindness to yourself what's really happening, what is this all about, and allowing yourself to non-identify with that experience, and also nurturing it and bringing some love and kindness to that experience. So thank you for joining me today with this meditation, and I hope that you have found this helpful.